Welcome to The Mortgage Brief, a podcast filled with mortgage loan information at your fingertips. This show is for the first-time homebuyer, the move-up buyer, and the current homeowner looking for residential lending tips and tricks about the home buying or refinancing process. I'm your host, Jason Ammon from Guild Mortgage. I'm a licensed residential mortgage loan officer with 20-plus years experience, and on today's show, we're talking about, is an FHA 203K renovation loan right for you? So stay tuned. We'll be right back. So what is an FHA 203K loan, and is it the right loan for the house that you want to buy? Whether you're looking to make some modest updates to your kitchen or a major overhaul to a home in severe need of modernization, home renovation allows you to put your own personal stamp on your home. In a way, the assembly process is akin to Play-doh. You can shape it, mold it, and recreate it in a number of ways, all guided by creativity, imagination, and skilled hard work. If only the cost of the home makeover was in the same range. Depending on the material used and the magnitude of the restoration project, home renovations can cost tens of thousands of dollars, an amount that many families don't have readily available. That's where the 203K loan can make sense. You may have heard of this mortgage program before and wondered what it was all about. We'll cover more details about this loan option and how you can use it to design a house into the dream home you've always wanted. So what is an FHA 203K loan? When you're in the market to purchase a new home, but would like to also do some renovations or rehab work in the process, an FHA 203K mortgage might be just the right product that can help. Backed by the Federal Housing Administration, this loan has been around for well over 30 years, but has received renewed interest since the early 2000s due to the popularity of home improvement television shows. In these shows, the hosts participate in the physical labor portion of rehabbing an existing home or document what the process is like with a different couple in each episode. Viewers get to witness just how beautiful a home can be when you have the resources to make the desired adjustments and seek to replicate what they've seen on TV. What these home improvement shows don't typically detail, however, is how the projects are actually paid for. While there are a variety of mortgage programs that can make sense for home renovation, an FHA 203K loan is amongst the most popular, particularly among new buyers, by allowing them to buy and restore a house with a mortgage that's rolled into one. So what does it take to qualify for an FHA 203K renovation loan? Applying for such a mortgage is a fairly straightforward process that requires the type of documents that you would need for most other home loans. These include 2 years' worth of tax documents, Social Security information, pay stubs from your employer to corroborate how much you earn, a copy of your credit report, and a bank statement that details the funds you have available. This paperwork is needed to ensure that you have financial capability to borrow the money that will pay for the home and accompany the renovation work. Those who are new to the housing hunt often assume that they need to come up with a large down payment in order to buy their home. Given that the FHA 203K loans are often more extensive than the conventional mortgage, you may think that you'd have to have 20% down and that it would be mandatory. It isn't. In fact, like other FHA loans, you can pay as little as 3.5% down and still be approved. We can often marry them to the cash assistance programs found within certain housing programs to reduce that even further. It is difficult to say with precision the kinds of qualifications you need in order to get the go-ahead, largely because each applicant is different, as are the plans in place for renovating a property. Generally speaking, though, your credit score should be higher than a 580, and you'll need to be current on other major expenses. For instance, if you're delinquent on any federal tax debt, this could complicate your eligibility. You also need to be a U.S. citizen or an eligible non-citizen and not have experienced foreclosure on any loans in the past 3 years. What are the other requirements? Just as your financial standing entails a formal review process, the same can be said for the project you'd like to have completed. For example, FHA 203K mortgages break down into two categories, limited and standard. The latter of these, the standard, requires that the renovation costs no less than $5,000 and that it be overseen by a consultant who's affiliated with the Department of Housing and Urban Development. A limited loan is typically used for smaller projects that provides for financing up to $35,000. There are also general rules that serve as guidelines for what FHA 203K loans can be used to pay for aside from the property itself. Here are a few bullet point examples of what the funds can go towards. You can install or replace flooring, be it hardwood or wall-to-wall carpeting. You can repair, restore, or overhaul a ceiling or the roof. You can install new plumbing, new electrical, and new sewer systems. You can enhance aesthetic appeal to improve physical features and resale value. You can increase energy efficiency with green-friendly installation and appliances. And you can do most exterior modifications involving landscaping. However, some renovation projects might be outside the scope of an FHA 203K loan. For example, you may want to install an in-ground pool. This mortgage typically doesn't allow for that such project. Similarly, outdoor kitchens usually aren't eligible. However, there are renovation programs that do. It never hurts to ask the experts, like myself, so speaking to your lender is the best way for you to know for sure. What's the maximum amount you can borrow? FHA 203K loans vary when it comes to how much the mortgage will actually pay for in order to purchase and restore a property. That will depend on where you live, as well as your financial capabilities and where the would-be property is. For example, in some counties, the maximum loan amount is cut off at $420,680, but in others, it can be as high as $970,800. It varies and changes every year. Again, you'll want to talk to your loan officer to find out for sure. Here are some things to keep in mind as we wrap this up. There are many working parts to the FHA 203K loan. In addition to your mortgage provider and the party you're actually buying the property from, you're also dealing with the company that will be in charge of the renovation project itself. It can get confusing. Here are a few key elements to remember to keep everything straight. Hire an experienced contractor. Although licensing isn't required in every state, an experienced contractor will go a long way. Generally speaking, you can't be the one who is making home improvements. A trained and officially licensed, where licensing is required, contractor needs to do the labor. It is always best to leave the fixes to the experts, especially since the updates are designed to make the home more valuable. The project must finish within a prescribed period. Another advantage to hiring a professional is timeliness. Your lender will work out a schedule for when the project will begin and conclude, but most require it to be finished within 6 months. You must use the property as a primary residence. The FHA 203K mortgage is designed exclusively for those who are upgrading a house they will live in, so flippers and other real estate investors may have to seek a different loan. It is also usually used for rehabbing a single-family residence as opposed to a condominium or a townhouse. If this sounds like a mortgage that is in keeping with your home ownership goals, we can help you out there. Contact me to find out more about this program or other renovation mortgages. Thanks for tuning in to today's show. If you would like more information about this topic or any topic related to the buying or refinancing of a 1 to 4 unit residential property, please reach out to me or my team by visiting my website, www.guildmortgage.com/Jason Ammon. That's JASONAMMANN. You can also find us on Instagram under the handle @JasonAmmonGuildMortgage and on YouTube under the same handle. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time right here on The Mortgage Brief. Guild Mortgage Company, Equal Housing Opportunity, NMLS number 3274. Jason Ammon, NMLS number 126651. I'm licensed to do business in the state of New Hampshire. The information provided today is for educational purposes only. Position, strategies, or opinions of the show do not necessarily represent the position, strategies, or opinions of Guild Mortgage Company or its affiliates. Each loan is subject to underwriter final approval. All information, loan programs, interest rates, terms, and conditions are subject to change without notice. Always consult an accountant or tax advisor for full eligibility requirements on tax deductions.